More reaction to the sentencing of Jason Van Dyke. We were going to listen into the podium. FOP President Kevin Graham is responding tonight. But instead, let's go to Phil Rogers. He has been covering this story from the very beginning, and he is continuing to get reaction to the sentence of 81 months for Jason Van Dyke. Phil.
Yeah, Allison, and it really came as a surprise to a lot of people. Not necessarily the way the judge parsed the law, but just with the number of months he came up with, 81 months. That's 6 years and 9 months. We're joined by attorney April Prayar, who is a veteran attorney in this building. You said you were surprised.
I was shocked because that actually comes out to about 3 years. Because it's at 50%, and that's what people are missing. So it's actually a 3-year and a little bit of change sentence that he just received.
Now, you heard the judge explain that he was trying to kind of parse the law here and say he felt he had to defer to second-degree murder because Laquan McDonald died. And he thought it would be an injustice only to use the ag bat charge. Now, that's what I heard him say. Just kind of take people through that and explain the difference in what the penalties would have been.
I can do that. So second-degree murder is a Class 1 felony. And so what that means is it carries 4 to 20 years in prison at 50% and is probationable. Whereas the aggravated battery with firearm, he was charged with that 16 times, found guilty 16 times. Each one of those 16 counts carries 6 to 30 years in prison, is not probationable, and is at 85%. So I think the judge was trying to find out a creative way to give Mr. Van Dyke the least amount of time as possible, and that would not have been possible had he sentenced him on the aggravated battery. So the only way to get to a number as low as 6 years and 9 months, or what turns out to 3 years, would actually be to sentence him on the second degree. But I personally think that the judge's ruling is inconsistent with Illinois law.
Why do you say that?
Well, the leading case on the matter is People versus Lee, which says explicitly that because the second-degree murder
Phil, we're
is
going to
a
break
lower
in for a
class,
second here. Defense attorney Dan Herbert is at the podium. Let's listen in.
And he truly felt great. I mean, he was not just relieved. He was happy. It was the first time I've seen the guy, honestly, since this whole ordeal started, where he was happy.